Common Council meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilwoman West.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rick Ogle, please come forward, and
You do roll call?
after that I was.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's a little early, isn't it?
Keep you on your
Rick
toes.
Rick Ogle, 1902 Indiana Ave. I'm here about the construction ordinance. Will the construction ordinance be in effect for the remodel of the Coke plant? Anyone care to comment on that? And when I was here 2 weeks ago, I asked about the construction ordinance for Indiana Ave, and it was suggested that I go to the NDOT meeting. I was here on a Monday, and the NDOT meeting was the following Thursday. I went, I asked the construction manager, I think that was his title, whether or not, or I asked him what time the subcontractors would start construction. And he said normally between 6 and 7. And I looked at him and I said, are you aware that there is a city ordinance that says no construction before 7? And I got deer in the headlights. And that's where it stands for me right now. I'd like to know, are we going to allow construction before 7 a.m.? Because that could affect my great-grandchildren if they're here to visit. It can affect a lot of people in Indiana. There are 130 properties at least that have homes on them or apartments.
Thank you.
I'm not going to get any answers then, am I?
Well, again, we don't question an answer, but what I can tell you is Nick Minnick has made it assured with the state, and according to Nick Otis, and I believe the state has authority with their, on their project for the, Emily says they do not, so we appreciate that.
Here we go.
But what I can tell you, Rick, is we have made it clear with the state to start. We understand as parts of Indiana Ave will not begin at 7 a.m. The Coke building as well will begin within the city ordinance because that's a city project, and that will not begin early either.
And it's been a while since I've read that ordinance, but I'm pretty sure it falls within, it's based on dollar size of the project, and I think that certainly meets what the ordinance, the limit of it is, so yeah, it would.
I didn't follow you.
There's, it's been a while since I've read that ordinance, but it's based on, smaller projects, you're not required to follow that ordinance per,
Not required to follow?
no, for small projects, but that's not a small project.
So,
But state statute takes authority. But I'm trying to
sounds like I'm
explain.
getting two different answers.
So here's the simple answer. 7 a.m. at the Coke building, we've made it clear to the state, we don't want to see it start before 7 a.m. once the development begins next year, before 7
this year.
a.m. Well, a lot of it is engineering and things
My
of that
city
nature.
councilman is going to hear it this year, I'm sure.
Thank you, Rick. Sierra Sue Jesh, sidewalks and benches. And Rick, if I could also help, because I know you're in here, if you could meet in our engineering department, get with those guys, call the state when they're here in the office, and you get the answers from everybody at the same time when they're all here. That'd be great. And we'll call you and set that up. I will personally call you, and they will all be here.
You do have my number.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Sierra Sue Jesh, and I live on Jefferson Avenue. I am here for the third year in a row with the same problem: safe sidewalks and places to sit in the downtown area, and nothing has been done to date. Last year, I was suggested to speak to the group who were in charge of the sidewalks and seating. I did. My words went in one ear and out the other without slowing down. For the new council members, the downtown sidewalks are not level and smooth, with some of the bricks standing up to trip people. Last year, I did a face plant, tripping over a brick. I need plenty of exercise, so I walk to the city to pay my water bill and council meetings. No problem. Recently, I paid my water bill, and then I needed to go pick up the company vehicle. It entailed taking a couple short breaks for me to walk from here to the garage. I had planned a route where there were planters to rest on. There weren't any benches available to sit on. The city wants to make the downtown pedestrian friendly. So how about doing something about it and get the people on the ball?
Thank you. We appreciate it. And Sue, they did take, and I think Paul's Construction did quite a bit of work from Enzo's, correct? Enzo's around with those bricks that you had mentioned last year as well, because there were openings, so,
I still saw
thank you.
bricks standing up, just walking down Jefferson to come here.
Absolutely. And we've got more to do and to follow those. That's why I want to see flat concrete, the bricks, the pavers, all of that the trucks are hitting now. There's a lot of where the planters, we need to get back to simple, easy, and that will last. So you're not alone. Jackie Dermody, Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Good evening, everyone. Just a quick reminder that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month and that in Indiana, we are all mandatory reporters. It's a toll-free number that you would call, 800-800, write it down, 5556. Anybody that suspects or has a concern of abuse or neglect has a duty to report. So that's my public service announcement. And I have child abuse prevention pins for all of the council members and the mayor. Laura, I'll let you pass them. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Obviously, when you talk about all the different things that we hear at a meeting, child abuse prevention is top priority. We have to continue to watch out for our future and protect those that are the most vulnerable. Roll call. Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Councilwoman West.
Here.
Councilman Buchanan.
Here.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Present.
Councilman Frankie.
Here.
Councilwoman Huffman.
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus is absent. Councilman Galloway.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Standing committee reports. Council President Frankie.
Redevelopment Commission met last Wednesday, March 27th, here in council chambers. Sale of the old Don George property was approved, and we should see some development there soon. $5,000 deposit Anytime Fitness made years ago for a plot in Newport was voted to be given back, since they should be breaking ground this week, hopefully. A grant consultant from Carner Blue Consulting was hired for $4,250 a month, which includes up to 20 hours per month on grants. The redevelopment commission will pay up to $30,000 of that total, and various city departments will make up the rest. SEH was also hired for grant assistance on a EDA, Economic Development Grant, for up to $2.5 million. Their fees, $31,500, so there's quite a return on investment there, provided we get that grant. And Hitchcock Design Group proposal was given to the commission for review on redesigning the downtown alleyways to make them more sustainable for stormwater and have a longer lasting service. or not service, surface. That was just introduced, the information was given, but there was no vote taken on that. That was it.
Councilwoman Huffman.
I do not have anything to report today.
Councilman Galloway.
Police Merit Commission met on the 19th. New member Mike Kellums was there. And they're down to 41 officers. Let's see here. And, well, there's talk they'd like to go up to 60. Yeah. You can pull a few million out of somewhere. And they got promotional school this year. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Buchanan.
Nothing to report this evening.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Traffic Commission will meet tomorrow at 5 p.m. at the police station, as well as the airport authorities. Next meeting is scheduled for next Wednesday, April 10th, at 5:15 at the airport.
Councilwoman West.
The UEA met on Wednesday, March 20th, and a special grant request was approved to address some of the LaPorte YMCA's aging building components. The last major construction project was in 2001. We heard from YMCA new CEO Scott Helmkamp and Brian Larson from Larson and Danielson Construction with an overview of the needed repairs and project specifics. Business grants were approved for JL Lawn Care and Molly Lemons for her new business, Who's Your Mama, and a residential grant was approved on a rental project to make interior and exterior improvements. We are also looking forward to some updates on our city's downtown alley redevelopment project. And the next meeting for UEA will be Wednesday, April 17th at 4 o'clock in City Chambers. And our next bid board meeting will be on Monday, April 8th at 5 o'clock in City Chambers. And then I'm going to share with you that the Fire Merit Commission will meet this coming Wednesday, April 3rd at 6:30 at Fire Station Number 1. But I wanted to share some exciting news. And I know Chief Andy Snyder and Battalion Chief Doug Bernacki will be up to share more information on this, but I'm just excited to share that Sam, one of our firefighters, just completed the Indiana Smoke Diver course, which is a 6-day, 60-hour program designed for experienced firefighters who desire realistic and advanced training. Their mission is to prevent death and injury by training firefighters to be adaptable and to develop critical decision-making skills in the high-stress environments. So I'd just like to say thanks to Sam for his commitment to our city's safety. So, Chief Snyder.
Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, council members. So I need that description right there when I'm talking about Indiana smoke divers, because when people ask me what's an Indiana smoke diver, they first think, why are firefighters jumping out of airplanes if they're not wildland firefighters? It's kind of a misleading thing. I'm gonna let Doug, Battalion Chief Bernacki, talk a little bit more about that. But just to let you know that we are extremely proud of firefighter EMT Sam Doig for making it through this, graduating. Little background, I think this is the 10th or 10th class. So we are extremely lucky, and let the council and the citizens of LaPorte know how proud we are of our department, because of those 10 classes, we've had 7 firefighters on our department graduate. To give you a little background, that may not sound like much, but Sam's number is ISD 124. So that tells you there's only been, over those 10 years, 124 graduates of this program. So, and for LaPorte to have 7 of those, it's, again, something that we're extremely proud of. Like I said, I'll let Doug talk a little bit more about it, but yeah, let's just go with that. I will say, I do want to say, because I'm going to throw some of these guys under. 4 of those are in the room right now. So Sam is one of them. Doug Bernacki, who's going to speak. That's why I'm going to ask the Battalion Chief Bernacki to speak, because he's lived it. And then Carl Wisniewski and Chad Salyer. Just to give you a little idea too, this is, going back to the definition of it maybe, the best way I can describe this, and maybe Doug will do a lot better job than I will, but think of the Special Forces training in the military, Navy SEALs, Army Rangers. This is what it's patterned after for the fire service. So for somebody to get through that program, there were 48 firefighters that started in Sam's class. 15 of them completed the course. So it kind of gives you an idea. Doug?
Welcome, Doug.
How you doing? How you doing, Mayor? Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Councilwoman West, for taking the time to acknowledge Sam, and thank you, Chief, for your support in making this possible for him and all of us. You guys have done your homework. There's a lot of information that they've already shared that I wrote here, so you're gonna hear some duplication of effort. But the Indiana Smoke Diver Program is a 6-day, 60-hour program. It provides realistic training in a number of areas, including advanced search and rescue, self-survival, firefighter rescue, thermal imaging, situational awareness, and decision-making. As Chief said, the Indiana Smoke Diver Program began in 2013, and there are 109 graduates from 10 different classes. That number 124 that he mentioned for Sam includes some members that were grandfathered in. They participated in the Georgia Smoke Diver Program. And so from there, they brought it to Indiana, and now it's spread over the last 10 years. I believe there's Oklahoma, and others that are joining us. People come from, I think there's been people come from Canada, the West Coast, Washington. So people come from all over to participate in this. And as Chief said, there were 48 people on day 1, 15 graduated on day 6, and there are no passes given to those who sign up and cannot meet the standards of the program. And this is reinforced by the core values of competence, honor, integrity, mental toughness, servant leadership, and commitment. Firefighter Sam Doig has met these standards, and I'm proud to serve the city of LaPorte alongside him with the LaPorte Fire Department. Thank you, guys, and congratulations, Sam.
Sam, come on up. I don't know if they shared about public speaking, but now's the opportunity to tell us a little bit about the course. What surprised you? What was the course about?
Chief Snyder and Chief Bernacki described it perfectly. It was a 6-day course. I found out a lot about myself. Definitely made me a better firefighter. It was mentally challenging, just as well as it was physically. But through that, it makes you a better person and a better firefighter. So they described it perfectly. I just want to say thanks to my family and all the guys on my department. My wife for letting me go away for a week. And to you, thank you.
So what was the most difficult challenge or test?
They preached all week on focusing on what's in front of you. If you were a few days in and you had to think about the rest of the week and how stressful it'd be, you got overwhelmed easily. So focusing on one step at a time, that helped me out quite a bit.
Sam, would you like to introduce your family and friends that are here?
This is my wife, Abby. This is my mom, my dad, my cousin Paul, and his wife, Heather. And Aunt Dawn. Yeah, can't forget Aunt Dawn.
Questions for Fireman Doig?
Did my Sunday school class prepare you for this?
It did.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, we'd like to have you come up, maybe with your family. The firefighters come up for a picture, please, because these are something that not only you, the department, but the entire city is proud of. And we're fortunate to have you here as a part of our team.
Well, thank you.
So if everybody could come up center, and firefighters, let's get around them.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sam, that's
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Congratulations. You guys make good ones.
Come on back, Tim.
I'll stay right back here.
You want to get on my shoulders?
Yes, I do.
Come on this side, you could get this other way. Go ahead, you could go first.
Oh, thank you.
Drew, get up here. Thank you, Bert.
Oh, you're welcome, Mayor. Got it.
I'm just waiting for those flags to go flying down one of these times, because they're always bouncing all over the place.
Oh, yeah. It's usually.
And as we like to remind everybody, please feel free to head out if you'd like. Craig Phillips, Redevelopment Commission Annual Report.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. You have a copy of the annual report that will be submitted as soon as we receive a parcel list from Baker Tilly in front of you. I just want to go over the Section F, which is the summary of the activities of the Redevelopment Commission over the course of 2023. I just want to touch on a couple of the highlights here that we're excited about, and then answer any questions you have about the rest of the document as best I can at that point. So again, it was a busy year for the Redevelopment Commission in 2023. A couple of the biggest projects that we worked on that got underway and that we anticipate finalizing this year. One is the Clear Lake Loop and Truesdale Avenue Improvement Project. I think you guys have all seen, obviously, for many months now that's been underway. We expect that the completion of that project will be sometime in the spring. That includes the pathway around Clear Lake, except for the portion where Holacker Drive is located on the west side of the lake that will kind of function as the pathway for the time being until improvements are made there. And then improvements to the Truesdale Avenue roadway and areas adjacent to that itself, as well as the promenade, the lakefront promenade, which we're excited about, that comes down from the amphitheater towards the lake. So that was one big project. We completed a couple of important studies in the downtown area. There's been some discussion tonight about design of streetscape and other improvements in the downtown. And we completed the document that will help pave the way for those improvements, pun intended, those improvements in the future, taking a look at a much simpler but still appropriate and attractive set of streetscape improvements for the downtown area, where we don't have to rely on completely on the pavers that we've had in the past, which served the city well for a number of years, but we're looking at going a different direction there and going forward. As well as we finalized the downtown parking study, and we'll be working with the police department. I recently had conversations with the assistant chief about getting together with them and talking about our goals for the rest of this year and 2025 with regard to parking improvements. And then in the Thomas Rose area, work was begun on the second phase of an industrial flex space building by Qualls and Associates, and so we're excited to see that coming online. And then we also finalized the purchase of 12.5 acres of land that was owned by the commission for the purpose of new development just to the south of Walmart. Those are the big things that we worked on. There's some big things coming this year. We're going to be starting our focus very much so on the improvements related to 39 North. You're going to see a lot of activity from us this year on that. And also, we're focused on making some significant stormwater and related improvements along Boyd Boulevard to the south of Lincoln Way. Or actually on both sides of Lincoln Way, I should say, Industrial Drive, Darlington Street, and Boyd Boulevard. So it's going to be another busy year for the Redevelopment Commission going forward. And happy to answer any of the questions you have.
Questions for Mr. Phillips? Mr. Cook, anything you'd like to add?
On Craig, sorry,
Oh, go
Mayor.
ahead.
On Truesdale, there was a delay because of the NIPSCO lines. Is that- Utility issues, yeah. Okay, all Yeah. right. That was Utility outside of,
coordination issues that have been since dealt with, and
Yeah.
that work's being completed. And the plant will be opening up here any day.
any day now, so we're expecting the project to wrap up in spring.
Got it. What was the issue with NIPSCO?
Relocation of lines.
I mean, what caused the delay in them getting them moved?
We notified them of the intent to do the project a long time ago. There was some miscommunication somewhere in between that just, I think things didn't move as quickly as they needed to get off of the desk that they needed to, but now it's getting taken care of.
Do you expect a new TIF district in 39 North?
Yeah, we'll be beginning the process of establishing the new TIF district for 39 North at this month's meeting and several meetings going forward. We'll come into the council, I think, in May, I think is the target timeframe for the establishment of that.
We've also heard from many residents of the banks how excited they are to the completion of Truesdale and how much they love that as a part of the connection to Tony's Table and be able to walk back and forth and off, and so quite a few people are excited about the
Yeah, and it's
final
opened up some
completion.
additional land for development along Truesdale as well, so, straightening the road offered some additional opportunities, so that's good.
Do you need a motion to approve?
I think you just need to receive it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yep.
Questions for Mr. Phillips? Thank you.
Thank you.
Other business? It is Dingus Day today, so enjoy, be safe. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Have a great evening, everybody.